Good morning, entrepreneurs. I am so glad you have decided to join us today. My name is Precious Mvulane. I actually help people identify ideas on this webinar today. I am doing it solo. I did not necessarily run this as a live. I am recording it. We need to figure out how to address the unemployment issue in our country. And I do believe there's enough ideas, there's enough capable people that can actually be able to find things that they can do to build earnings, to build income in how and what they actually do based on their experience, based on their talents, based also on their personality. So this is the purpose of this program. My background, you can get it. I've put a LinkedIn link on who I am, where I come from. I don't want to waste time. I hate introducing myself. But welcome. Those that are new, welcome. And those that are returning, please leave us comments always so that we can improve on the areas that we need to work on. So I'm going to share the workbook, which is got a link below. This will be a pretty short video. And I'm also going to share the screen of the content that we're going to be working on. And, I also just think in general, we have been really struggling in our country with unemployment. And this has been happening for some time. I think the biggest challenge has been there was a notion that if you don't have a qualification, so you needed to have a paper, but some people also, they did get that paper, but they still can't find jobs. I'm of a view we need to have both. And we need to make sure that even those that are unable to actually attend a post-matric or post-school can also still be able to earn a living. And this is the purpose of this program. We call it a self-discovery program. And I'm going to now share the workbook with you. And again, please note this program was designed as part of a local economic development. If in your community you believe that this can assist in providing for people to actually find activities and job and people getting productive, please, by all means, there are no copyrights issues with this workbook. You can actually just download it. We'll make sure I give you a link. It's not that long, it's about 50 pages. So you can then download and share as much as you can. And also you can share some of the notes of the things maybe you like to contribute on it if there's areas that you believe we can improve in. Okay, so that is the workbook. I'm gonna just, as I said, it's a self-discovery, self-awareness journey that you will actually go through. It's got 7 sections. Section 1, you get to know your interest, which is basically what is it that is your hobbies. You also then get to understand your talent, your natural talent, which may also include the skills. And you get to understand your personality. And then on section 4, you assess where are you in life. And there we're using a wheel of life. I think there's so many people that have used a wheel of life. I was introduced to it though by, I think it was Tony Robbins. Yeah. And I really liked it because it looked at 8 areas of your life. Sometimes other template will have 7 areas, and those will include health and well-being, personal growth and skills, relationships, a business or career, finances, recreation and leisure, and spiritual and purpose, and then contribute to society. My belief is on the contribution to society, if the business and the career that you have chosen is something that is aligned to your purpose, is aligned to you contributing to the society, that can all be clubbed together. And then leisure and can also be from your interest. So on that, I do also think that life is a game. Life is actually a learning platform. Therefore, we should choose things that we love. I think one of my very earliest mentor, a Canadian, used to say that do what you love. So, and I think recreation and leisure, you can combine it to your business, to your career, to be one, because you're doing what you love and you believe what you're doing has got a purpose and you are contributing to the society. Voila, I'm off of you. That's a great recipe. I mean, there are lots of tools around that on how you can combine that. And those that would like to know more of those tools, please share on the comment for us. Then I can then do the other video that will cover that. So on section 5, you will then recognize your skills and your experience, and then you will then design your life. And then we have then included on section 7, the resources for the personal growth. And I really do think that as we're building ourselves, we always have areas that we need to actually grow in. So this is a good foundation for you to really be able to make those plans. I do also believe that having a self-awareness is the foundation of all great achievement, because it's really about conquering yourself. You see, when you know yourself enough, you can manage yourself better. When you understand what is driving you, what are the things that you like, and recognizing that and accepting the things that you know you are not so perfect in. But it also gives you some sort of a path. You're able to say, you know what, that one I'm not going to do now. I will do this one and this one. And then you can build up your personal growth. And I also think it's very important for us to acknowledge what are the things that we can control, what are the things that we cannot control. Because as we're living our lives, we also tend to just let our mind just think anything and just run through things and go over other people's opinion, what is around us, and all the things that really have nothing to do with what is within your control. And that is very important. So it is important to focus on what is it that you can control, that you can respond to, so that you kind of feel that your life is in control, because the life by all means is not an easy thing to do. And we generally do not have a manual as human beings on how to actually do this. So the best way of really being in control and focusing on what is within your control, you will need to master a few things. Number one, your mindset. And you're going to need to see the challenges as opportunities, problems as lessons. But also, as you're building this, you're going to need to look at yourself and rewrite your own story. There is a set of beliefs where we tend to actually believe we're a victim. We will look at our life and our experiences as though we're the only exception. We are the only one who have experienced this. Let me say this. All the pain you've ever experienced, all the challenges you've ever experienced, there is someone who has actually experienced even times 100 the worst, but they still managed to overcome. So you're gonna need to look at your story and your background and stop giving yourself excuses and stop giving yourself a negative feedback that you can't do this, you're not capable, you're not smart enough, you're not strong enough, you didn't finish this, because that is basically your self-sabotaging yourself. So you're gonna say, at this point, I'm not able to do this, but I know that I am gonna figure it out. Just remember, life is about what's the next step, what's the next move. It's not about figuring out the whole way from now until the next 45 days or 100 days or even years to come. Your aim is to figure out, what is it that I'm going to make and work for today? How am I going to make today work? Because guess what? You are not guaranteed tomorrow. None of us are. Because if then we were guaranteed tomorrow, then of course we can plan all the things. But as human beings, there is no one in this world who is actually guaranteed tomorrow. I can literally just, as I'm going through this, stop, dead, gone. And like, what? I think that will go viral, because that is the next breath is not guaranteed. So you're gonna need to start realizing that whatever that you are as at of this moment is enough to give you your next move. Number three, you're gonna need to actually control your emotions, your feelings. Now, and I know controlling emotions, the fear of doubt, insecurities can paralyze you. Previous failures coming in, people laughing at you, all of that. You gotta need to master your own emotions. What other people say about you, the previous fears, that's the past. The doubt, insecurities, do it even if you're insecure. Do it even if you're afraid. Because guess what? When you start doing it, actually, it doesn't feel as hard when you start doing it. And as you're doing it, you're learning, you're getting excited that actually I'm progressing. And that is going to give you confidence for the next move. I think the last one, we tend to have work on our minds, consistently work on our emotions, work on changing the story, but we still do not focus on the physical part, which is your daily action. People are not taking a minimum of 5 daily actions towards the goals, towards the things that they want. So, for example, yes, you can have a mind shift by thinking in a certain way. Yes, you can have a shift in terms of your emotions. Yes, feel your emotions, but you are not letting them control them. You process them, you respond, you actually act and work through things despite of that fear. But guess what? After all that has been done, you must show up. You must physically do certain things, because we're in a physical world. There must be certain things that you are doing. But the things that you are doing must be consistent, must be done over time, so that you become the person who's worth the goal that you are looking for. Your actions must be consistent with the behaviors and the personality of the person who achieve that goal. Our goals will be so easy if we were to actually model people that have achieved the goals that we have. We will think like how they think. We will feel how they will feel. We will actually work through things and change the story in our mind. That will help us to then start actioning certain things. And you don't need to figure everything, as I said earlier. You just need to know your next move. So what about today? Based on what you actually have set yourself to do, what you wanted to do, what are the things that are within your control that you're going to act on? And one of my mentors, Jack Canfield, says, do 5 things. But you know what? I'm of a view, if you have all the time in the world, why not do 10 a day? Too many actions 10 a day. The aim is to be consistent. The aim is to take a big and have an axe, and then you just keep on hitting that big tree until the tree falls off. So I really therefore think the way you will do this to take control of your life, you will actually have a routine that you have in the morning. Start with a gratitude. Have positive affirmations. These affirmations should be aligned to the areas that you believe you need to work on and a clear focus on what you want to achieve. So before you do anything, and some of you, maybe you can convert that affirmation as a prayer. Some of you, you can actually use it as a meditation, but just what are the things that you're grateful for? And sometimes it doesn't have to be big thing. It will be the fact that you woke up that day. Because guess what? There's someone who's in hospital who wish they have woken up today. There's food on the table. Your children or your family are okay. Yes, they might not be perfect, but they're okay. You are okay. You are not feeling any pain anywhere. And even if you are feeling the pain, you say, Lord, I'm grateful that I can still feel that there's a headache. And I'm grateful that I'm going to heal on this headache. I'm going to take care of myself, because any pains in our body are indicating of something. So get to the root cause and say, Lord, God of my universe, help me, guide me on how to resolve this matter that is not okay within my body. Clear focus, guard your mind, be consumed by what you want, not what you don't want. Stay away from scrolling on social media. Stay away from things that do not uplift you, that do not educate you, that do not help you to achieve your goals. Do some sort of a straightening of your body, some sort of an exercise, eat healthy, stay hydrated, drinking your water, and stay strong. Keep your mind focused. Take responsibility for your life, 100%. Actually, one of the Jack Canfield books, which is a success principle, I think, he said, you are not gonna achieve success until you take 100% responsibilities and stop blaming others and know that your life is about your own choices, your own growth, and your own future. Yes, environment do influence your success, but you can overcome those by training your brain, by training your mind to actually be able to take you to the next level. Build that resilience, and really start looking at life as a test. Look at life as it's a school of human being. Take everything that you experience as human being as a lesson. It's a classroom. And in a classroom, you write tests, you fail some, you pass some. But be the best student where you are learning every day, all the time. Just remember, the battle is within. There's nothing outside of you that can stop you. It's only your mind. As you are building this, identify opportunities, make confident decisions, and be fine by failing. There's nothing wrong with failing. Actually, failing is good because it's providing with the feedback on how not to do that thing. So as you're going through this workbook, you will then move towards now working on your interest. You see, interest is important because it motivates you. It gets you engaged. You learn to be excited about it. You get to be fulfilled. You get to see which career aspiration you can actually be of. I think most of the time, interest helps us also to just make sure that we make better choices, but we can then also consistently increasing our engagement. It sparks passion and drive. We really increase our effort when we actually are interested in something. So you need to identify what are the level of joy that you actually get, which is rating from 1 to 3. Then you'll identify the things that you would like to actually do, and that will be on your page 9. So you can, there are examples there of the things that, and then just take the top 3 within that. And then you summarize that in a nice Word document. And you also then look at how those relative activities are really talking to certain careers and themes. And you, because your aim, your output that you want for doing this is to identify what business ideas and what role you should play in your business. So as you're working through this, I also have included about 115 of just ordinary, happy, ultimate hobbies that you could actually do. Guys, just remember, you can make money in any of this. People have made money in just one thing, mastering just one thing, nothing else, just one thing. The aim is to do what you love and be paid for what you love. So then on understanding your talent, really focus on a natural talent, especially if you've not built up a skill. It is very important to actually look at your natural talent, your physical talent, your creative talent, logical talent, and your interpersonal talent. So I know myself that I really like the part about being analytical, problem solving. So those are my natural talent. Maybe a little bit on creativity, but I still believe my strongest one is analytical and thinking and problem solving. So what are yours? Share your own talent below, and let's reflect on that and see. And it's very nice because when you reflect on yourself, you can then ask a feedback from the other people around you, but you can also start checking, what are my family members normally ask me? What are the friends normally ask me? What are the things that they know I'm a go-to girl or go-to boy? Okay, and work through those activities. And you can also use it for a week, just the things that you enjoyed. So you can use this workbook also as a journal, just to find out what are the things that you are actually really liking. From that, you can then use a SWOT analysis to actually do your personal SWOT analysis, where you're identifying your strength, your weakness, and opportunities and threats. And please, there's nothing wrong with the weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with the threat. Don't be afraid to be as detailed as possible. Why? Because we all have our strength and our weakness. One of my favorite tools that I have also shared with you on the link on the resources in this workbook is Dr. Demartini determination process. This was sure. Yeah, I did this twice with him when he was in South Africa. Dr. Demartini helped me to understand. We actually took, it was about 45 minutes to an hour we did this. These 13 questions helped me to identify that I love reading. That is why I love teaching, but I also like writing. So, and because everywhere I look, there were books. Everywhere, even when I'm watching a TV, I always have a book on my hand or a notebook or something. So writing and reading and learning is one of the high value for me. So that helped me a lot because I was confused as to what are really are my values. So, and this will increase your confidence, it will confirm things, but it will help you to focus on really on performance. Just also remember that these things, these tools are important if you use them, if you are actually trying them out, if you are also just playing around with it, make it like a game. Don't be so strict with it. Be fine also by making errors with it. So as you are going through this, I know I've gone overboard with this because I was trying to cover as many examples as possible since this is a self-help book. I also wanted it also to be some sort of a journal. So bear with me and work through it for you to then work out your talents. And then on page 25, we have quite a bit of some of the talent that you can settle and extract to your notes so that you can build that small workbook about yourself. Understanding of your personality, this is very good because it allows you to know what are your natural tendencies, what are your preferences, and how you interact with the world. It's really one of the greatest steps in self-discovery because it offers valuable insight, your inner trait, your preferences, how you are actually really interacting. So I really would like you to take your time in exploring this. There are different type of personality assessment out there. I know one of mine is very judging as an auditor, that is, and thinking also. So I think also the certain personalities match certain sectors or certain roles. So please do some of the free testing tools. We have included about 3. You can choose any of those and just play around with it and then work them through. And again, when you have worked your personality testing, upload it and keep it in that folder that we spoke about when I had shared with you on the WhatsApp. If you don't know what folder is that, it's the first time you are here, you're not part of the local economic development program that we are running at Eden Vale in Free State. If you would like to be part of programs like this, let us know. We will then leave us the comments. We'll then follow up. Maybe we already have some partners in your area to be able to do this. Assess now, section 4 is about assessing where you are in your life. And this is very important because sometimes life pulls us in different directions. We end up not knowing where we are and what we need to work on. And I did explain this in quite detail about a wheel of life. It's really between a rating of 1 to 10. Just plot the dots and see what exactly, which areas, why that score is low, what step maybe you can improve. But guess what? You can use ChatGPT to assist you in relation to that. We've provided you some guide how you will deal with the results. I also want to just alert you, if you find yourself that in your area, you actually have quite a lot of items that are at a low level, only just choose 3 things. Don't go beyond that. So in mine, I just have 2 areas that I need to work on. It is my health and it is also my relationships. And that is what I'm going to work on, and a little bit of spiritual. But what I do and the contribution I make into the society is also drive my purpose. So I'm not too worried about that. It's already being aligned. So, and when you're looking at health, you look at physical, mental, you look at sleep, nutrition, and energy level. So then health is the whole well-being. So that's what I reflected on. And I would like also just go through this in more detail based on your top 3 and then put up some reflection on it so that is the area for you to grow. By the way, you can do this every 3 years. Okay, section 5 is really about recognizing your skills and your experience. You can identify areas that based on your personal, your lifestyle, the things that you do that just build self-sufficiency and resourcefulness, and reflect on those and document them. Just keep in mind that the aim for us in the entrepreneurial space, we want to know what are the skills you have, what is the management skills that we need to build, and what are the technical skills. So reflect on that in those 3 groups and see how you can actually build. So we basically have finished the section 5. On section 6 is really now using your wheel of life, your traits and your personality, then design the life you want, design the success so that you're no longer in the survival mode. And remember, focus on those 3 areas. You can then build a vision board for that. And there's nice examples here. And you can also, there's lots of YouTube accounts that I will also link here, where people are showing you how to do the vision boards. And you can actually just take a whole day doing a workshop on yourself, and working through these items. And there's deep actions and items to help you build your life, to help you really design a life that you wake up excited, feeling amazing, and also knowing that life is an oyster. Life really has big opportunities for all of us, no matter what our background, no matter who we are, no matter where we come from. Because sometimes we disqualify ourselves by where we come from. We disqualify ourselves all the time about the things we do not have. We're looking on the greener pastures than just looking at what we have and what are the things that we need to focus on. What are the things that are within our control? So, your homework. Yes, I'm a teacher, remember? Your homework. Your homework is basically select top 5 hobbies. Extract your strength, your weakness, your SWOT, your personal SWOT, and build up the top 5. Remember, hobbies is interest, right? Number 3, extract top 5 talents, which is on page 25, and get the report on your personality and work on the skills and the experience that you can also just update your CV, and then you bring that all up into one. Put all of that information into a Word document. Some of it might come in a PDF, no problem. Put all of that and create a folder. And in that folder, you will then share using a Google Drive or whatever cloud storage, where you share with us those things. When you have done that, we will just double check just to make sure. We're not going to check all of you. I mean, I think in this program, we have over 160 people to 200. So we're not going to check. Those that will be able to submit the first 10 to 20, we will check so that we can give you some guide. We can also use the first 20 that have submitted to actually rework the stuff that you have worked on and put it together nicely. Your aim is to identify these things so that you can come up with the top 5 business ideas, and also identify what roles you will actually thrive in based on who you are, so that you live a life of comfort. It's not always just about driving yourself on things that you actually have no business doing, because your personality, your experience, the things that you like are not the things that drive you, that inspires you. Thank you so much for today. I hope I was able to explain some of this Rise and Drive workbook. And please remember, it is free. You can share it with as many people as you can. And if you want me to run this section individually, please let me know. I can do that and go deeper into it, like what I did when we ran this physically. It was a whole day workshop. So please let me know. And thank you so much for being here. Goodbye for now.